In the first obscure arcade makers, we took a look at Korea's Sunha. Sticking with Korean game companies, this time we are checking out Unico. Actually, Unico started off as Uniana, which was founded in January 1988. The company started out manufacturing and exporting arcade machine parts. An R&D department was established in 1993, and Unico became one of Korea's biggest arcade game manufacturers. In June 2001, the company was renamed to Uniana, but the business went on as usual until 2004. In May of that year, the company started an online gaming division, and all internal development was shifted to MMORPGs for PCs. But Uniana nonetheless continued to publish Konami's arcade machines and console games in Korea. For the purpose of this video though, we are concentrating on the Unico days only. So we'll start off with Dragon Master, Unico's first arcade game, which was released in April 1994. Upon first glance, this seems like a Street Fighter 2 clone, but it's actually a mixture of Street Fighter 2 and Art of Fighting. The game features jumping off the wall mechanics for some characters, as well as a chargeable power meter that affects the quality of your special moves, just like Art of Fighting. For the 1994 arcade game, especially from a new company, Dragon Master is quite good looking, and as far as I can tell, all the assets are original. Well, maybe not the audio, but I can't be sure. What is sure is that it's all sampled in mono, so it definitely came from somewhere. As for the main game, it's not bad. Specials are a bit awkward to execute and seem to be laggy compared to when the move command was pulled off, but still, I've seen much worse. There are even super moves, but I have no idea how to pull them off. Overall, Dragon Master is a very average one-on-one fighter, but still not a bad attempt for the first game. Sometime in 1995, Unico gave Dragon Master a lick of fresh paint and released Master's Fury. Yep, this is basically the same game with some tweaks to the gameplay and a load of plagiarism. There are so many characters copied from SNK and Capcom fighters. We have a guy that is obviously Jack from Art of Fighting, complete with the same animation frames. Then there's a DJ and Fei Long ripoff from Super Street Fighter 2, a Robert Garcia ripoff from Art of Fighting, and a Tong Fu Ru ripoff from Fatal Fury Special, and Blue Mary ripoff from Fatal Fury 3. There's probably more, but I gave up comparing. Just like Dragon Master, Master's Fury looks nice, but it's lacking in the gameplay, but a step up from Dragon Master. Did you know that this was ported to the PlayStation in 1997 under the title of The Master's Fighter? Moving on from the one-on-one fighters, in 1996 Unico released Fantasy World, a single-screen action platformer. There were so many of these games around at the time, so it's expected a not-so-established arcade developer is going to make one. There's nothing special here as you visit many areas around the world, taking out strange enemies. The graphics are fine while the audio is scratchy. Gameplay is fine but a little annoying as you can't press fire straight after pressing jump or simultaneously. There's a slight delay which can be annoying in the heat of the moment. The same year, Magic Purple was released. Basically this is just Fantasy World, but with a few additions, such as scrolling stages. Everything else is the same. Same music, same speech, same bonus system, same boss patterns. Basically this is kind of like an advanced ROM hack of the original game, but instead of being put out by some dodgy pirate company, it was put out by the original developer. In 1997, Unico have moved on with a new style of game under the name of Burglar X. Quite a unique game this one, where you play as a male or female burglar. Both can stun enemies by farting on them, with the guy following up with a headbutt while the woman has a mallet. The woman is the better option as she has a further reach. The idea of the game is to collect the allotted number of coins by breaking open the die. Open a die with 1 facing upwards and you'll get 1 coin. Open a die with 6 facing upwards and you'll get 6 coins. But beware, as sometimes the coins can be replaced with bombs. There's also these traffic light things you collect. Manage to collect the same colour combo as indicated in the top of the screen and you'll get a mini slot type bonus game. The game is fun for about 10 minutes but soon wears out its welcome. Of course, being a Korean game, it must be ripping something off, and in this case I noticed the announcer's voice is straight from Sega's Virtua Fighter. "1998 brought us Zero Point, a light gun game which is obviously a clone of Namco's Point Blank. The difference here is that even on easy mode, the stages are all quite challenging, far more so than Point Blank. The minigames themselves are what you'd expect. Shoot a certain number of targets within a time limit or shoot targets in order. There's nothing that really stands out as overly interesting. Not a bad effort, but it's no Point Blank.
The Legend of Silkroad.
With no other games coming out in 1998, we had to wait until 1999 for our next Unico release. And this time, it's a beat 'em up based upon the Silkroad legend and simply titled as The Legend of Silkroad in English. You can choose between 3 typical warriors, and of course I've chosen the woman because the female characters are always the most nimble. I'd take that any day over a slow but strong lump. Your character has nice enough combo attacks along with a special fireball type move that is performed just like a Street Fighter fireball. You can't keep spamming these though, as they take energy from the bar underneath your health meter. Not to worry though, as with every standard attack you do, the bar fills back up. You can also summon magic just like Golden Axe. To perform these you must collect gemstones along with power orbs. The orbs determine the type of magic while the gems determine the amount of magic you can use. I'm sure the game is inspired by Banpresto's Guardian Heroes, as the go 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 voice seems very familiar, as does the combo system. One thing that is certain is Unico's love for pre-rendered sprites. The last 3 games we've covered from them make use of pre-rendered sprites, and I do feel that the games suffer because of them. The Legend of Silkroad is a nice beat 'em up that is entertaining enough to take you through to the end, but I'm not sure if you'd be bothered to play again to try out the alternative paths it offers. Also in 1999 we got Goori Goori, which is a flawed adult puzzle game. The idea is to line up 4 of the same colour by moving a row of beads up or down. However, the issue is that the beads continually attach to the bottom and top of the rows, which limits your movement of the rows. This is pretty poor game design, as it's all too easy to get stuck even though you know what you want to do. Anyway, should you succeed, you can be awarded with a naked woman. There are 10 in total. Following up on Unico's tradition of releasing the same game with a new lick of paint comes 0.2. Yeah, it's more the same, but this time a little easier than the first game. Again, nothing special with ugly pre-rendered CG graphics. $1999 truly was a busy year for Unico and for rehashing their games. This is Age of Heroes, Silkroad 2, an updated version of The Legend of Silkroad. It's basically the same game, but now with the option to select your magic on the fly and some comical touches, such as the little helper guys bursting out some DDR moves to kill enemies. The overall feel of the game is a little faster than the original too, with plenty of graphical flair that wasn't in the original. That's not to say everything is new though. I've noticed a few of the same art and animation assets used, but still, the Age of Heroes is a worthy update to the original. And there we have it, a selection of arcade games by the obscure company Unico. Well, actually not obscure in Korea and part of the US, but still one of those arcade companies not many know about. I'd say their output was quite impressive, not exactly original nor free of ripping off other companies' work, but better than others out there. Until next time, keep on gaming and enjoy your games.